Hello everybody and a very good afternoon, good morning, welcome along to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby, thank you for joining us this Monday. Oh, start of a brand new week, pretty much start of a brand new month and brand new product to kickstart your week. Oh yes, the official launch right now of our brand new Nature's Garden collection. Oh, the Wildflowers have absolutely hit the spot. They have been flying out of the door this morning. We had our little preview this morning on Wake Up Call and the stock has been disappearing. We'll go through everything, but of course with the new collection you can get all of that. We've got a Showstopper bundle that we've put together too, and if it is the Showstopper that you want to go for when I show you through all of that, you will need to be speedy. Less than 80 chances left on the Showstopper. And I know you think, what, you've only launched the show like 3 minutes ago. Yes, but so many of you bought before Wake Up Call, so many of you bought during Wake Up Call, and more of you will be buying now. We'll keep you fully up to date with the facts and figures that you need to know, but less than 80 of the Showstopper remaining. You can buy individuals. Loads of you have been buying the 12 by 12 paper pad individually. You've sold hundreds of those already. The 6 by 6 has been flying. The linen cardstock has been flying. Oh, it's all disappearing. A collection that you guys are absolutely going crazy for. If you've not yet seen it, fear not. We have a 2-hour extravaganza right now to bring you all of the inspiration and demonstration that you need. Any questions or any comments you want to fire in, feel free to do that. Let us know what you've been shopping for. Let us know what your favourite part of the collection is. Let us know how many paper pads you've bought. We want to hear from you. Let's make it a nice and interactive show, and let's make sure that you get all of the goodies, all of the components from the collection that you want, and let's make sure that nobody is disappointed. I'm not disappointed today because I am back with one of my absolute faves. Well, I've got to say, my #1 fave, TV wifey. If you notice, we're dressed for the occasion as well, all wildflowered up this afternoon, and she is my little flower here at Crafters TV, sometimes a little bit wild.
I don't know what you mean, Mr. Moseby. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, oh, we are super excited.
Yeah.
We really, truly are. And you guys have been loving it. So officially is now the launch.
Yeah.
Even though you've been able to get hold of it since this morning. And if you did see the Wake Up Call, if you were up bright and early, I know here in the UK, obviously, you would have been up because it's only 11 o'clock. But if you were up bright and early over the stateside, then you would have been able to get hold of this gorgeous collection. Going to show you and kickstart with some amazing samples from the design team. I say the design team, I mean the guys have really knocked these out of the park, using the elements, using the papers to their full potentials, having the insides of their cards looking just as glorious as the outside, with your bunch there and your lovely little paper wrap. Looks absolutely stunning. We've got embossing folders in here. You can just use those to accent around that lovely wreath as well, just to add that extra little detail. I know for a fact, Ben, that you are, and I say you, but everybody watching right now is going to be using these flowers in years to come.
Oh, yeah.
They are absolutely stunning, and so in keeping with the Nature's Garden, the most gorgeous of gorgeousness of our beautiful embossing folders. Looks incredible whether you use it with, oh, do you know what, actually, whether you use it like this, I'm going to show you a coloured version, and I've just got mine down here to show you the difference. It's the same folder, but look at the two different contrasting things that you can do with it, from using ink to using your colouring mediums.
Incredible.
You really can, and that's what we're going to be focusing on throughout this show. Whether you want to use certain elements with your nesting dies, you absolutely can do, but looks just stunning. We've got an edgeable in there as well that can be used in many ways, whether it be going across the top or whether it be running down the side of the card. That would equally look just as gorgeous if you turn that the other way around. But so many beautiful styles of cards that you can make as well, and I'll just bring that one in so show you that lovely box cubed frontage there. But this one has just been done with gilding wax, cut out into one colour of that linen card and gild wax. It looks absolutely beautiful. Take it into your gift boxes. Just look how gorgeous that is with the gift box. Do a bit of paper piecing with your edgeable factor there. A lovely another style of card, a double Z fold card, one of my favourite style of cards. But with those papers and those dies and the sentiments, they can look absolutely incredible. And talking of incredible, Oh my God, I absolutely adore this sample. A scrapbook page with our gorgeous Leanne and Sarah there. And then you could take elements of your paper, use those flowers to pick out that little accent there. That looks just incredible with that torn piece. Using the papers, take your distress inks, but then using and focusing those flowers around that beautiful wreath. You can create your own stunning pieces, whether it be home decor or whether it be scrapbooks alike. Even though it's not a massive collection, Ben, there's a massive amount of creativity that you are going to be able to throw at this using these elements of this collection. I honestly do mean this. I think it's going to be one of the most used ones that you have in your stash. Regardless of the papers and regardless of the rest, you are going to use these time and time and time again. I just know it. I've already got mine sat, and I talk about it many a time. I have a set of dies that I have, like butterflies, like flowers, like sentiments. These are going in that stash that sits on my desk to use, whether I want to use it in the collection or whether I just want to use it as a little embellishment on some of my other projects as well. I know it's going to be the most used of your collections that you will ever own. I can, hand on heart, 110% tell you that's what it's going to be like.
Let's say a few hellos before we get started. Superstar Susie on the socials today. Sarah Brown says, hello to all my crafty friends, hoping you're all well. Sending lots of love and hugs from Melbourne, Australia. A special hello and hugs to Debbie and Ben. Mwah. Hoping you're both well. We are. And all the gang in the gallery and behind the scenes are well. Yes, Johnny and Georgie, are you well? Yeah, they're well. They go whoop, 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 whoop. Jose Alfredo Martinez says, Buenos dias desde Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. Hopefully I pronounced that well, which I believe means good day from Jalisco or Jalisco, Mexico. I think the first time I've ever had a hello from Mexico.
Oh, well,
so,
I've not heard one, especially not like that. And well said, Ben.
Thank you. I think I pronounced it right. But back at you, and lovely to have you with us here on Crafters TV. Betty Weaver joined us from Idaho. Cheryl joined us from a very wet and cold Pasco, Washington State. Happy Monday. Terry Anderson is in from Ohio. Hello. Tammy Bulk says, good morning from a snowy South Dakota. We've got 2 feet of snow coming and a 3-day blizzard. I wonder what I could do with my time. I wonder what you might do, Tammy. Philip's in. Afternoon, Philip. Afternoon, Karen in South Staffordshire. Afternoon, Michelle Lobdell from a hot Florida. Hi to Olga Vasquez from Brooklyn, New York. At work, I bought the Showstopper during wake-up call. Yes, Olga, the addiction is real, you say. Christy Mahoney says, hello again. I love this Wildflowers collection and all that gorgeous paper. With the collection, I have 11 paper pads coming, maybe more later on. We've got plenty to go around still. Hundreds have sold, mind you. Betsy joins us from Houston. She says, I received this collection over the weekend from HSN. I love the paper pads. They are my current favourite. And hi, one more for now, to Emma Bailey, who says, hiya, Ben and Debbie. Please could you say hi to Abby and Esme, who are on Easter holidays. Hello, Abby. Hello, Esme.
Abby and Esme?
Yeah.
Abby and Esme, hello.
We brought the set this morning and added the hint of summer flower dies to our shop too. We might make some wild seed paper to add to my cards. Well, that sounds a lovely idea. Do let us know as well if you're watching with the little ones today, because obviously it's the Easter holidays here in the UK. So if you have got any little ones watching, if you want a little shout out for them or a little mention, do let us know and we'll certainly do that through the show. Hi, Kathy from Missouri. And Lynn says, hi, the sun is shining here on the Isle of Wight. And Janet Crawwell joins us from Belfast. Let's get into this. The Wildflower Showstopper collection is disappearing before your very eyes. We have less than 80 chances for you to grab the Showstopper. This is the full collection. I'll show you it all in hand in just a second, but if you go for the Showstopper, you get everything here, but then on top of that, we've kind of added in a few bits and pieces which we think will just kind of make life easier for you when you use this collection. So you've got the glue pens in here, so those are included where you get the 3, you get your 4mm chisel nib, your 0.7mm ballpoint nib and that 3mm bullet nib. Super versatile this as well for all sorts of crafting, particularly when you need to do intricate sticks. Those are brilliant. We're going to give you one of our blending tools, the square blending tool, and then we're going to pop in there 5 of our ink pads. So in the water reactive, we're going to give you the grasshopper, and then you've got 4 lots of our opaque pigment ink pads. So the pale fig, you've got sandstorm, you've got baby blue, and you've also got the grasshopper in there as well. So all of those included. What you have got are some wonderful colours to be working with that collection as far as the papers and all of that cardstock is concerned. £79.22 is the platinum price there, as you can see. $96.02 if you're platinum. Great news as well is if you go for the Showstopper, if you're one of the final about 76 people to grab this, you will get free shipping in the US as well, which is blooming marvellous. But let's go through it, right? So, the paper pad. This is absolutely gorgeous. I would encourage you, if you love this, I would just encourage you, full stop, to jump in and grab more of these individually. We do still have a healthy-ish stock of these available individually. Add the Showstopper into your basket and then grab more of the 12 by 12 pads, because as you can see, the artwork is absolutely beautiful. The depth and detail that we're now able to create within our paper pads, I just think is incredible. And it's like we were talking about earlier on, you've got all of that foreground loveliness here with all of these different wildflowers, but then you've got the depth. You can look back into the background and see more texture, more detail. The reverse, as you would expect, we've popped in there papers that are going to work absolutely beautifully on their own, but then again, they're going to work as stunning mats and layers to go with the A sides. I mean, just look how beautiful these are. I think, was it this one here, Debbie, you said earlier on you'd quite like in your downstairs bathroom if you had one?
Just stunning, absolutely. Got every single sheet in there is just cram-packed full of those beautiful wildflowers. And it's hard to say which one is my favourite, but I think that's why it's up to now. 2023, it's my favourite paper pad so far. It's absolutely stunning. I have got a thing about flowers, wildflowers especially. They're just incredible. And this pad is exceptional, and I'm so pleased you are loving it. And we do have, can I just state, we do have a nice stock. This is the launch date, so we've got a really good stock of paper pads. It's the first day that we've brought it to air here in the UK, so we have got a lot, and I'm glad that a lot of you are multi-buying. Don't be one of those that decide, do you know if your budget can only stretch to one, stretch to the one. If your budget can stretch to 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, whatever, just take advantage. I mean, I'm obviously going extreme there, but you know what I mean. Take advantage of those gorgeous papers. Well, no, because I would be the same, because I love paper pads. So yeah, take advantage while you can, because they are absolutely beautiful. You will guarantee absolutely adore it when you get this home with your collection, if you've gone for the collection. Yeah. But if you are buying individuals, I always say the linen cardstock and the papers, whether it be 12 by 12 or 6 by 6, are a must-have. Yeah. Just whatever your purse strings can go to. I'm not telling you to spend more than you should. You know, you're all adults. You can spend what you can afford, but get hold of it while you can, because it's a beautiful pad.
It is. Grab that. We've got it available for you in the bundle in the 6 by 6 as well. That also available individually. And then you've got that gorgeous linen cardstock as well. This time you've got 28 sheets. I think one of the biggest linen card packs that we've done together within a bundle. And you get all of the colours, as you can see, that match up absolutely beautifully with the papers that you're going to get within this collection. 7 colours, 4 sheets of each, giving you your 28 pages there. Then you get these super cute little brown paper packs as well, and these are what you're going to use to create your little wraps for your florals as well. Again, these really are beautiful, easy to use. The template that you get with these as well allows you to create that wrap shape just here, and as you can see, there's the template which comes with all of the dies, and so many different dies that you've got, not only that you can cut, but you've got the embossed detail in there as well. And think about all of the colours that you've got within the linen cardstock and the papers here to create the flowers, and then think about all the other paper and cardstock that you've got in your craft room right now, that you can create all of the different wildflowers across the UK and indeed across the world to create the most beautiful bundles and the most beautiful little bouquets that you wrap in that brown paper. So all of those are included. Another 15 dies you're going to be getting there, plus you're going to get this stunning embossing folder. This one, again, really, really quick and simple to use, popping it through your Gemini, getting this beautiful detailed emboss, adding a bit of colour. Use some of the ink pads that we've given you within the Showstopper, and then, you've got a really, really lovely, quick, easy card. Add on a sentiment, add on a bit of embellishment, and you're there. Talking of sentiments, you get a whole host of them in this collection. Again, all sort of floral skewed, if you like. If friends were flowers, I'd pick you. Let love grow. Let your dreams blossom. This is my favourite one there. You grow, girl. But there's loads in there. Tons and tons of stamps to be working with. Lots of comment being passed as well about the Meadow Flowers edge die. That edgeable, again, absolutely beautiful. So much detail in that. Again, plenty of opportunity to colour. Lots of opportunity to do your paper piecing there as well. And then lastly in this set, another beautiful die which affords you the opportunity to almost, cut that straight into your card front and have a beautiful aperture for a shaker. Or, just popping that on individually and having it as a little aperture for a sentiment or a little flower, whatever it might be. You can build up a bouquet within there if you wanted as well. But all of that is included in that Showstopper deal for just £79.22, $96.02. And you get your free shipping in the US. I will tell you, we have less than 80 now. There are, in fact, I'll give you an exact number, 77 chances left to grab that Showstopper. I am seeing that this is going to disappear before the end of the show. So if you want this Showstopper, grab it. Let us know what you bought. Let us know how many more paper pads you bought as well. Always interested in that. Before we get going, let's say hello to Laurel, who's joined us from North Carolina, Rutherfordton. Never heard of that before, Rutherfordton. Karen Wells-Sorrell joins us from Kentucky. Evelyn is in from Colorado. Stephanie Theodos joins us from Farmingdale, New Jersey. And Stephen says, afternoon, I finished work listening to you all on the drive home and ice out. And ice out? Listening to you on the drive home and ice out. I don't know what that means.
Ice?
Ice out. Ice out. Icy out. Icy out? Sarah says, good morning, Ben and Debbie and Susie on the socials. Hello from a sunny Arkansas. Sarah also saying, so excited for this collection. I've just managed to get the Showstopper. I loved the first look show yesterday. The papers are beautiful. Hello, Kelly Giambetro, who says, happy Monday, ladies and Ben. Vanessa says, good morning from Florida. And Katie Myers says, hiya. Kate Myers says, hiya. Lizzie would love a shout out. She's busy crafting with me on the first proper day of the holidays. She's 7. Hi, Lizzie.
Hi, Lizzie. Hi.
Is that the youngest crafter of the day watching, I wonder?
It could be. Although, my little granddaughter, as you know, just before we came to her, with a little FaceTime call, she's watching.
How old is she now?
Hello, Sapphire. 4.
4.
Yeah. And she loves crafting, actually. Did you see my little Easter bonnet we made together? We had Easter bonnet. Me thinking I'll have a break from crafting for a week. Oh, no, she had other ideas, because she loves crafting. She's forever drawing. When her parents' evening, that's what they all talked about, was she's always creating, always drawing, and really enjoyed making that Easter bonnet together. Aww. So yes, if you're watching, Safi, love you, little lady.
I said hello to her on Debbie's little call,
Ezra.
And she said, I like Ben.
She did, yes. Yeah. And our little Ezra, hi. So yes, hi to you both. But yes, you potentially, Lizzie, could be the youngest crafter watching right now. Yeah. 7. Because it is school holidays over here in the UK.
Yeah, 2 weeks worth. Carolyn says, before we go on, she says, by any chance, do you know any of the names of some of the wildflowers? Well, as you know, I know lots of the names of wildflowers. You've got things like you've got your dog rose, of course. You've got your fox and cubs. You've got your cow parsley. Thrift is another nice one that I like. The common poppy I'm a big fan of. Knapsweed, crocus, of course, you've got in there. The bee orchid as well, another one of my favourite wildflowers that we've got here in the UK. But let's get on over and have a look at some of these beautiful wildflowers in action with Debbie. What are you starting with? Have you got the wreath out over there?
Well, I am going to be using, of course I'm going to be using the wildflowers. I'm going to be using the mailbox flowers in a second. I absolutely know for a fact I am going to use these practically every time I craft. I know that for a fact, just because they're a very useful set of flowers. But I am going to kickstart the first demonstration off using the Wildflower Wreath. I am going to be using the parcel one as well. But what I've done is I'm just going to slightly alter it up from what I did this morning. So if you caught this morning, you'll see that I used both of those dies together. I love the fact that we've split it into 2, so it gives you the options to have more than one style of a piece. So earlier on this morning, I actually cut out a solid frame, a wreath. What I'm going to do though this time is I'm omitting or removing the outside frame, because I'm going to cut into my 5x5 piece of white all-purpose cardstock, remember the name this time, and we're just going to cut this out and cut into the frame. So you know I love making light-up boxes?
Yeah, oh yes.
This one would look equally as beautiful just by using this frame alone. in maybe one of your side panels of your gift boxes or your light up boxes. But yeah, absolutely beautiful, beautiful die. So let's go in and create. I love this bit, getting all creative. I feel like I have missed it. Even though I've had a week off, I feel like I have missed this side of crafting. And some of this work I actually worked on before I went on my holiday because I knew that I wanted to have a little bit of time off, a bit of time spent with the family.
That's it, yeah.
Bit of time in London, having a bit of fun with some of my fizzy friends and just enjoying London. Although not so much the steps at Covent Garden when I didn't get the lift and I had to climb 197 steps.
You went up them all, didn't you?
I went them up. I was so proud of myself. All 197 with a very heavy suitcase. Me, 3 stone 8, 9 now I think it is. More wouldn't have been able to do that. So it was one of those little wins, you know, those little tick wins. Tick. I'm not going to lie, I was dying at the top.
Were you having to pull the suitcase up or were you pulling it?
I picked it up and carried it. On the and they're all spiral. Have you ever been down? If you've ever been to London, it's only because, Johnny, the queues for the lift were absolutely crazy and I thought, I ain't waiting in that. And I thought, do you know what? Let's see if I can do it. And I did it. Super proud of myself.
Were you counting them as you went?
No way. No, I just kept saying, you know, you've only got 97 to do, 50 to do, whatever it was. And I was just thinking, you can do it, Debbie, you can do it. Come on, you can do it.
Yeah, good for you.
I mean, I didn't sound like I'd smoked 1,000 fags by the time I got to the top, but I did it. I am so proud of myself. Little wins and all that. Look at the incredible detail. Talk about little wins. That is just a stunning, stunning die piece. And I can see a little piece there that I haven't poked out, so let's remove that one. But look at the detail. Crying out to be coloured in. Take your colouring mediums and colour that in if you want. Or, as I've done with mine, I took another piece of cardstock, so a black piece of cardstock, and cut it out again. And I'm going to have a little bit of a drop shadow. So I'm going to just take it and, depending which way you want to go, do you want to go to the left, do you want to go down, do you want to go right? It's entirely up to you. As long as you just move it, it gives it that little bit of a lift. So I'm just going to attach these two pieces together. Oops, you can stay there. And I am going to try and cram as many demos as I can in, although dependent on the stock.
That's it.
I say dependent on the stock. We might be able to bring it back later on tonight. I'm not going to say it because I might curse myself.
Exactly.
But yeah, we might. So if whatever I don't get done, I will try and get done tonight, if at all possible. So let's bring this in now, and I am going to drop it to the... I'm going to go to the left this time. So let's come in and drop that there, which looks just beautiful. And it gives it that little hint of a shadow. However, now this is the little bit where I'm taking some, and I was going to say I took it from the cardstock of the 6x6, but I didn't. It was from 12x12. I like to chop my 12x12 down and get the most out of it. So it's a bigger print. The 6x6 has just been scaled down to size, so you can use that as well. Now, I've got myself 3 mats and layers here. Now, the way that I wanted to do this was to create the aperture that sits over the top of this piece. So if I just show you what I mean, and I'm just going to bring that down, and using the outer frame die now you could stick that down and let it dry, or you could use a bit of your low tack tape to hold it into place, but run that through your die cutting machine and it will bring out the perfect piece die cut that's going to sit over the top.
Nice.
So I've not had to do any fancy cutting, it's all been done within that die. And then I've got all these pieces that then I've got that shadow drop, but I've also got that lovely piece that sits over the top as well. So I'm just going to pop on the background now, like so. Again, just using my tape pen. Do you have any idea when the dotted tape pens are coming back in?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to say, we had... I know, it's so frustrating not knowing when they're coming back in. I'm pretty sure, though, as soon as we do, because I remember last time Emma came running over, didn't she, when they came into the warehouse to tell us so that we could tell you all, so you could all go. But I have a feeling that it'll be the same as that happened last time. The minute we say anything, you're going to be running to the checkout and getting it by the bucket load. Now, that looks really, really quite pretty, and I am going to set it onto my card base. So I've used and I'll give you the measurements because I went slightly bigger with this one. It's a 7x7 base. You can take it out of an A3 piece of cardstock if you wish to do so. So it's 14x7, scored down at the 7. If you are chopping into it and you want to be a bit more frugal, then you can use your A4 cardstock and just make your 7x7 base for the front, and then an 8x7 and score it at 1 inch in to create your 7x7 card fold, if that makes sense. Because in my head it made sense.
That makes sense.
And then when I started rabbling, I'm thinking, am I going anywhere
You
with this?
don't rabble, what are you talking about?
Well, you know what I'm like. You know what I'm like. Now I'm just going to pop my mats and layers on. As you can see, frugal is the name of the game with your cardstock. I don't want to be wasting that centre. That's a big piece that I've cut that down to, and I didn't want to waste it, so I just chopped out the inner gutting part, shall we call it?
Yeah.
Gutted it, because I want to sit that on the top and then sit that in the background. So first things first, we'll pop that on. I'm just going to run a little bit of glue just over the top, like so, there. There we go. And then I'll layer that piece onto the top as well. And that's just me matting and layering done. As always with my mats and layers, I'm pretty much like Craig and the rest of the team. I always come down 1/4 inch. It's my favourite one. I sometimes make it a bit bigger, but it's nice to, well, it gives it a really nice frame on that 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
I think it looks really lovely. What is lovely is these gorgeous papers. They are stunning.
Got to multi-buy these, haven't you?
Absolutely.
Got to multi-buy
Absolutely.
these.
Definitely. And as you all know, we always say it is a one print run. We never tend to bring a paper pad back. So
No.
if it is something, and just because of the level of things that we do, we don't tend to bring them back, Ben. So while you have the opportunity, absolutely get hold of whatever you can afford at the time. So I'm going to use a bit of foam on a roll, and I'm just going to pop that down to the back. I just want to give it a slight bit of a lift. And I do love our, I'm going to say it again because I know no one burst out into song. I can almost hear it through the through the screen. I can hear people singing it.
What?
No.
Singing what?
There we go, in my ear. Foam on a roll.
Foam on a roll.
Foam on a roll.
Foam on a roll. Foam on a roll.
Hey.
That was a deep one.
That was a very deep one, wasn't it? Foam on a roll.
Foam on a roll.
Foam on a roll.
Foam on a roll.
Oh, God, you went deep, deep there. Deep there. Right, so I've just taken that off, and that's just to give it that little bit of a lift. And it's nice to do it with the roll rather than pads sometimes, just because it's quick and easy to get on there. And it's just to give it that, again, that little tiny little bit of a lift. And I'm just going to take all of that off and then place that into, let's take it that way around. There we go. Oh, God, guys, fingers getting stuck everywhere, Debbie. Right, there we go. So I'm going to just, oh, no, you're not, Debbie, no, you're not. Oh, do you know what I forgot to do? Oh, my days, I forgot to, I'm going to have to get another piece of paper. Just bear with me, because I want to pop it onto there, but I want to...
Okay.
Let's just get that onto there. Nearly stuck it down onto me black and then thinking, no, that's too black. Too black. That's why, it's because I've got a little piece of paper there ready to now go on to the top. There we go, I feel better now. Perfect. So I'm just gonna pop that down and place that on. And again, it just gives it that little lift. If you were gonna pop some shakers behind there, pop a bit of acetate at the back and then put your shaker elements in. You've got a little shaker card as well. But I'm quite happy just to keep it as a little bit of a matting and layering going forward. But it's kind of missing something. And what do you think it might be missing, Ben?
Some flowers.
Yay! We'll get
Wild
some
ones at
flowers.
that.
Get some wildflowers onto there. So I'm just going to let that dry, stick that onto there and let that dry. And I'm going to bring in my wildflowers.
Nice.
Love these.
A few people just saying as well about the
them.
wildflowers. Do we know which ones are actually on the dies there?
Well, we know that there's
Foxglove.
like yes, a foxglove, which is there.
Yeah.
Oh, now then, a poppy, which is there. And you said these were poppies, didn't you?
Common poppies, then bottom left.
Yep. And then we've got like a little bit of a...
Common mallow.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Get you!
You've got a greater periwinkle in there as well, which is the one on the left above the poppy.
This
There,
one?
yeah. Greater
Yeah.
periwinkle.
I'm super impressed with you, Ben. What do we call this one? Is this a daisy? Wait a minute. Let me just get my flowers out. So
Yeah, it is like a daisy.
Yeah, it's like a daisy, isn't
Yeah,
it?
like an oxeye daisy.
Yeah. Oh, I love your wildflower knowledge.
I'm very, very clued up on wildflowers.
And then, should we just call this foliage, or is are these wild sprigs?
Let's go with that.
Should we go with that one?
I was going with wild
sprigs,
foliage, but wild sprig sounds good.
Yeah. Although I remember when I lived in Pilly many, many moons ago, these were like, they almost got that straw kind of texture to them.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what they're called.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean?
Are those the ones that you can pluck and then chuck at people and they stick to their backs?
Yes, that's them.
Oh,
that's
what are they called?
Because when I lived in Pilly, that's what we used to walk past, because there were loads of wildflowers up in Pilly where I lived. Many moons ago. Pilly.
Pilly?
It's a little small village, not far from where I live now in Ireland. It's we used to call it near Barnsley, because that's when you used to say near Barnsley. Now we just call it Barnsley.
Yeah.
But it's a little village in Barnsley.
Oh.
And it's been a long time since I lived there. And I actually went to reminisce the other week. I drove up there to have a little look at my old house. Couldn't believe it when I saw it, because it's like being modernised and everything. And then as I'm driving up, the slag heaps disappeared and there's all houses on there now. And it's just lovely to go back sometimes into it and just reminisce over those old times. Which is what these flowers absolutely do for me, because there were lots of wildflowers where I lived. Not so much where I live now, the wildflowers, but they're absolutely gorgeous. I'm really impressed with your knowledge, Ben. Not gonna lie.
Well, you know.
Not going to lie.
I'm a fountain of knowledge, aren't I?
A fountain of knowledge, Guy, love it. Now, I'm only going to do a few of these, and I did mention this morning, and I will do for anybody that missed these earlier on. There is elements of these dies that have got an outer line or an outer raised bit, which is the die cut. And then right in the very centre, and if our George can come in close again, I'll hold my hand there for you. But all of these little pieces in the centre do not have a raised element. It's just this outline that does. This is the bit is when you're going to use your purple shim. And it will create the most gorgeous embossed detail.
Yeah.
And it makes a difference. So please do take that time to do that when you are using these. Now, if I just pop a couple on there, I'll show you what I mean. Now, obviously being on white, it can be a tad tricky sometimes to see this, but persevere. I'm just going to put a few on because I've already cut loads out, and I just want you to see what I mean with the embossing detail. So I'm going to hold a bit of low tack tape into place on those flowers.
Okay.
This is watercolour cardstock I'm using as well, because I've changed up my colouring material. I used alcohol markers earlier. Now we're going to use some aquas. You could use tricolour aquas, but we're just going to use it through as a normal thin metal die and run that through. Now you will get some embossed detail. The power of the Gemini, we know that will emboss. Yeah. But to give you the proper, true, high definition emboss, what you're going to do is you're going to take it out. You're going to remove your top plate. This is when I've spun it round a little bit. I'm going to take out my magnetic shim. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop on the top my rubber embossing mat, and I'm going to run that through, and that gives it that extra detailed emboss that I think is worth just going back through your machine again for the second time. Yeah. And if you are using your smaller plates, for the time that it took you to run the big plates through, you've got that done all in one go.
Absolutely.
Die cut and embossed. So let's just move that out of the way. Let's just take those off. And again, I'll just lift the tape. I'm not going to worry too much with these because it's not going to spoil anything. But the embossed detail on that die now is well worth doing that. So that's why I would always say, take your time. Well, I say take your time, but do that extra little detail because it makes such a difference, especially when you're colouring as well. Yeah. And it gives you the area to colour with, so you're not having to struggle. Yeah. So again, let's take that out. And you can see there just all that lovely petal detail on that flower. Again, I know it's sometimes a little tricky on white to see, but you'll see in a second when we start to colour those pieces in. So I've just cut a few out there, and I say a few, I've actually got quite a lot because I love doing these, Ben. But all we're going to do now is take a colour or two. Shall we go in with a nice pink? Let's go in with a little bit of a pink. I'm going to pop a little bit down. I'm going to use me clear overlay pen. I'm going to pick it up and we're going to colour.
Whilst you're colouring, I'll do a few little mentions, a few hellos in here. Yeah. Because there's lots of little uns watching us today.
There's lots of what?
Little uns.
Oh. Yeah. Have you started something?
I think I might have done.
Oh.
So let's say hello to a few. So Stephanie says, I was at a bridal shower yesterday and the theme was wildflowers. My order is in. Kathy Lear says, hello from Illinois. I was sure to order my Showstopper this morning. I'll be using this collection for Mother's Day cards. It's a beautiful collection.
Yes.
Hey, Gail Moore, who joins us from Maryland. Hey to Candy from Portland, Oregon. And also Hannah says on YouTube that Valkyrie, aged 3.5, is sitting here watching. What a brilliant name, Valkyrie.
Gorgeous name.
Michelle Knits for You on YouTube says, Ben, look at you naming the flowers. I know, right? I know, just a fountain of knowledge. Jill's very impressed with the fact that I can name all of the dies as well. Denise says, good morning to my favourite TV couple.
Oh, thank you,
looks like rain is on its way to St. George, Utah. Hey to Card Crafty Tabby says, good morning, Ben. Good morning, Debbie. It was so nice to buy the Showstopper this morning. I added one 12 by 12 pad to my purchase. I don't think it's necessary to buy more than what you need. Well, exactly. You know, you
buy what you need.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Have the amount of what you think, and then you're good.
Yeah. And if that's 1, that's fine. If that's 20, that's also fine.
Exactly right. Hey to Debbie, who says, hello all from North Carolina. These are so pretty. And Stephanie says, Ben, 2 little ones with us for 2 days. No school this week. Big shout out to Cole and Blake.
Oh, Cole and Blake.
Hey,
hello.
Cole and Blake. Apparently playing Minecraft whilst I make breakfast, which is pancakes, of course. Hey, at least they're doing some sort of craft.
That's, some kind of craft, isn't it, Minecraft?
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Kirsty D says, the papers remind me of a book I have called An Edwardian Lady's Diary. It has lots of drawing/watercolours of wildflowers and animals in it.
Oh.
And Katie Hartley says, could I get a shout out for Logan and Alfie, who are already driving me up the wall, and we're only on day 1. Hi, Logan and Alfie. Hope you're good.
I love it.
Make sure you behave.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
Oh,
Only another 13 days to go.
Yeah, I know, but I think my daughter only thought that they were only like a week, and I went, oh, Tash, I don't want to tell you, but it's 2 weeks.
Do you know,
and she was like, 2 weeks? I was like, yes, 2 weeks. Absolutely. Oh, God love her. God, what did you say, Johnny? 2 weeks, 2 days.
Oh, because we've got teacher training in
Oh,
after
my goodness. I mean, really? Really?
Do you know what we did? I wasn't there, and I said to Laura, you should have definitely filmed this. So obviously it was April Fool's on Saturday, wasn't it?
Oh, God, yeah.
So I said to Laura, I said, when the kids wake up, tell them that, you know, because of all the strikes and whatnot that have been taking place, tell the kids that the Prime Minister has said that they're going to have to scrap the Easter holidays and they're going to have to go to school. So she didn't video it, but she woke them up and said, oh, guys, just found out you're going to have to go back to school on Monday. And both Daisy and George are like, what? They're like, yeah, because of all the strike action, like the Prime Minister thinks you need to catch up on all your work, so there's no Easter holidays. And she said, like, Laura, like she had to like turn away because she was laughing so much. And when she turned round, like Daisy had gone really like red in the face as if she was like upset, so she had to tell her like there and then it was an April Fool's. But I thought it was quite funny.
That's amazing. I love that. You're so mean.
Well, so it was Laura.
Well, and I never thought Mrs. M were like that. I didn't think about it, but it's a good one to play on them, isn't it? Now, I've got a few of my flowers up there. I've already got some at the other side of me, but I'm going to move to the parcel paper that you are getting. Perfectly cut to size. And anybody wanting to know the size, it's actually 2 3/4 square inch.
Yeah.
And you've got a template that comes with your mailbox flowers. So the flowers that I've just used here, it comes with there. You're going to pop your little template over the top. And I just draw a quick line in between the two.
Yep.
And all you're going to do then is take in that line. You're going to use that to create on your scoreboard, create your fold. Put your fold lines in. I mean, you can do it by hand if you want. We talked about that this morning. You could do it by hand if you wanted to, but you've got a scoreboard.
Might as well use it.
So you might as well use it. And again, just pop that on. And then you can take off those pencil lines afterwards. So only do it very faint. And it just gives you the place then to fold over. And if I just fold that in, it then folds into that piece, and I've got mine a bit messy, so I'm going to use the one that I've done earlier because I thought I'd got all my ink up, but I clearly haven't. However, saying that, it's going to be covered up. That's how easy it is to put that fold together. And again, then you're just going to run a little bit of tape just down the side, or red liner tape, whichever one you want to use. I'm going to use our tape pen just down that side, And then I've got it's almost like a little fish and chip cone.
Yeah.
Think of it in a better way.
I just think as well, if you use that template with like brighter colour cardstock, that could be a little kite as well, couldn't it?
Oh, get you. Yeah, it could.
You know,
yeah.
That sort of shape, isn't it?
Little bit of a string going down. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I love that pen.
Welcome, everybody.
Now, I've got all mine coloured. Now, I did colour these with my tricolours because they're the ones that I've got on my desk. My actual aqua colours are in a separate bag that I don't tend to have on my craft desk. So I've used the tricolours with these. And to get a darker feature, I just drew straight on, because with your tricolours, you absolutely can. You can just take them and use them as pens. If you've noticed Sarah, when she talks about the boys, when they're painting or they're colouring, she tends to give them tricolours or the aquas to just directly go on and colour with. You don't have to have additional sparkly bits with your clear overlay. It's entirely up to you what you colour yours in with. But I've just gone with a few. I've actually popped myself using one of my nesting dies, but I've taken, do you know these stitch nesting die circles?
Yep.
They're ones that live on my desk as well. And I've just used one of the stamps from the collection, Have a Blooming Good Day, because that is going to sit in the centre of my piece, like so. And I'll take off my in readiness. In readiness.
Gwen was just wondering, she said, I'm in from Florida. What was that clear pen that Debbie was using?
Oh, so that's my clear sparkle overlay pen. So they look like this when you get them. They come in a pack of 3, and they are perfect to use with your alcohol markers as well as your water markers. I use it as a paintbrush sometimes. It gives me that lovely sparkle tone because it's clear. So it is an overlay pen of glitter, but it's a really lovely, and it's water-based, so you can use it with any kind of medium as well, especially your tricolours and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange my florals. So I've got quite a few. I've got my little foliage bits, or the, what do we call them? Wild sprigs.
Wild sprigs,
Wild sprigs, we're going to go with that one. Yeah, we're going to go with that one. And I'm just going to pop in now a few and stick those down.
And Betty's just wondering, could you use vellum instead of that tan?
Absolutely. Vellum, acetate.
Yeah.
Oh, acetate. Oh, that
Oh
looks
my
nice.
goodness me. Yes.
Yeah, so once your parcel papers run out, you can use whatever you want, to be fair. If you're wondering why we've got some flowers, it gives you the option to use them as singles, but it also gives you the option to take one of your ends. What have I done with it? I know you're in here somewhere. Come here, you little monkey. Can you see it? Honestly.
What are you talking about now? What are you looking for?
Do you know your little bits, that your little ends that you stick onto the top?
Oh.
I had it a second ago. What have I done with it? Well, it gives you the option to attach it to the top. So you can take those smaller sprigs like these and attach your flowers over the top. So you've got the options there. The same with these. I've already pre-done these, so I've just attached a little bit of glue onto the back, and then I'm just going to fill my little packet.
Fill your little packet.
Fill my little packet. Let's get that filled in.
Lots of love for your painting and colouring of those flowers. Candy's saying, love how you're painting these, Debbie. And Katie says, thank you for the shout out. I have 2 very happy boys. I can imagine all the kids getting shout outs are over the moon. So a huge thank you. Yeah, we're always up for saying hello to people, especially if you've got little ones watching as well. I think little Valkyrie, the youngest so far,
gorgeous
3.5. And apparently, where's that message gone? Thank you for saying her name, says Hannah. She was stood pointing at the TV in shock when you said it. So that's such a lovely, really lovely name.
It's a gorgeous name, isn't it? I love that name.
Yeah.
I love unusual names. I do. I think it's just lovely names.
Hannah, you have to tell us if there's a story behind that, why you called her Valkyrie. The only time I've ever heard that word before is there's a musical piece called The Ride of the Valkyries. Yeah, it's exactly the same. So that's
Is it?
Yeah. But let us know. Let us know. And if there's anyone else watching, kids on half term, if you want a little shout out for them, mums, dads, or grandparents, let us know and we'll say hello. This would be a lovely kit as well, though, wouldn't it? To have a little craft along with the kids and the grandkids making their own flowers, especially for you guys in the US with Mother's Day next month. You know, how great.
I wonder who's got the craft along with this.
Oh, yeah, don't know.
I don't know, because I'm trying to remember now, but I can't remember I'm not sure.
Is it scheduled already?
Yeah, I'm sure Wildflower one's scheduled already. Right, I've got, obviously, I always do this, but I make loads of flowers, so I'm just going to move those to one side, because I'm quite happy with what I've got here. Is it Michelle?
Michelle's got it.
Got it again. Lucky girl. Lucky girl. Aha, that's why we're getting Misatis confused with the Roaring Twenties one. Now, I've just used a bit of baker's twine. You're going to have to make sure you've got all your collection before that craft along, because I can guarantee it'll be a stonker, it really will. Now, I'm going to pop a little bit of foam just onto the back rather than glue. I want to give it a little bit of a raised element. But yeah, that's going to be a good craft along. That's going to be a good
Lots of goodness to look forward to.
Oh, there is. There is. Hey, guess what I've got?
What you got?
I've got an angel collection craft along.
Got a what? Angel collection?
So we've brought back. So it's not like I said. It's very unusual to bring out 2 craft alongs with a project. With a thing. I had the secret garden not so long ago. Get that? Secret garden.
We've got that together on the 27th.
Have we got the angel together, me and you?
I'll do it with you.
Whoa! And that's before I've even decided what I'm doing for my project.
Make it nice and easy.
What? Do you do my craft alongs, Ben? Do you do my craft alongs?
Do I what?
Do you do my craft alongs?
I do.
Nice and easy. If you listen to Kate, who's done 2 now, bless her, she says that I don't do them easy.
No.
I mean, I don't know what she means, but...
Well, I think what you do is you make them easy, but they don't
I make them easy,
yeah.
I give you a lovely project and make it easy. That's what we like to do. Yeah, absolutely. Now, you can already see that coming together. The added little detail that I'm just going to add on there are a few little gems that I'm just going to dot around onto my florals. And that's just to give it a little bit of, an extra feature. So let's pop a little pale lemon one on there, and we'll pop another little lemon one. Where can we put you? Let's have a little look. We'll pop you there in that centre. And there you go. We've got yourself a beautiful bunch of flowers. A bunch? What's a bunch?
A bunch.
A bunch of flowers.
A nice little bunch.
Don't forget, decorate the inside. So I could be taking some of those flowers and adding those onto the inside of there, or taking some of that gorgeous paper and creating a nice inside. But what a lovely, lovely collection to get creating with. Absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love this collection. I'm super pleased to be involved in the launch of this. It's gorgeous.
Tess says, Ben, I think this would make a lovely May Day card and gift. It would, wouldn't it? What a beautiful project. Looks beautiful, says Michelle. Hey to Jen, who's joined us, saying good morning from sunny Florida. And Jeffrey Langley says, it's a sunny, chilly start of day over here in New Hampshire. Listen, make sure you jump in. The show, right, let's just tell you, the Showstopper where you get those extra added bits, so you're getting the glue pens, you're getting the ink pads, you're going to be getting one of our blending tools in there. We have got now, as far as these are concerned in the Showstopper, less than 60 to go round of the Showstopper. So if you want that with all of the added benefits of those ink pads, of the blending tool and of the glue pens, that you need to be quick for. It's an extra £19, $21 worth of goodies that you get in that Showstopper. And of course, with the Showstopper, you do automatically in the US get free shipping. So it's really, really worth jumping in for. However, if you just want the new collection on its own, then you can do that as well, where you don't get all of those added extras, but you get everything else within the bundle, because that is proving popular as well. A lot of people just going for that, saying, I don't want the Showstopper, I just want the complete collection. There it is. So $63.99 is your platinum price there, or $79.20. It's entirely up to you. I suppose it depends where the budget lies, depends what you want to go for. And like we said, a lot of people going for that complete collection, so many of you as well, adding extra paper pads. That is definitely the way to go, because like we said, once they're gone, they are gone, that is it. So if you're thinking, oh, I might need another 2 or 3, get another 2 or 3. If you're thinking I might need another 5 or 10, get another 5 or 10. If you need more than that, you may as well shop now whilst we have got a healthier stock. But bear in mind, hundreds of those pads have already sold today. This is where you need to be quick. If you need the Showstopper, we've got less than 60, and that's going to go down as we give you a chance to check out. Let us have a little break. When we come back, a few of your comments, a few more little mentions as well. But right now, head to the checkouts, and we'll come back in about 3 or 4 minutes' time. Go, go, go.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comforts of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people, and we know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Very, very busy for this launch. Well done if you've already picked it up. The Showstopper, heading down towards just 50 of those left now, so go swiftly. It's going to go. It will go. And don't blame me if you miss out on it, because I've given you a fair warning. Lots of love for that last card. Lynn Morton saying absolutely beautiful, Debbie. Denise Starr saying beautiful. Very, very pretty, Debbie, says Christine Mahoney. Denise also saying, how about a shout out to my 3 pups? Hey, I'll shout out the dogs. Don't you worry about that. Bailey, the golden retriever. Bailey! Bailey, come on. There's my doggy voice. Scooter, the grumpy old Doxy. Doxy. It's a Doxy. A Doxy. Scooter. Come on, Scooter. Come on, Scooter. And also, Toby, the miniature Doxy. What's a Doxy?
What is a Doxy? What's a Doxy?
I don't know.
I've not heard of that brand before. Brand? I've not heard of that.
I've heard of that brand of dog before.
Breed before.
Toby, Scooter and Bailey. Hello. Woof. Laurel says, purchased a collection on HSM, but had to buy more paper pads today. Jeffrey says, Ben and Debbie's outfits go with the collection. We didn't just throw these together today. We knew, so we obviously, you know. I was going to wear my American Stars and Stripes one, but I thought no, because it's, you know, flowers, isn't it? And Veronica says, so far, I've got to watch the show in peace. I have a 7-year-old boy, Nathan, who is mad for crafting, but otherwise he's described as the Energizer Bunny on steroids. because he literally cannot sit still, bar he is painting, etc. He is currently outside burning off steam. Hello, Nathan. Mary's joined us in Maine. Hannah says, I named your daughter Valkyrie because life is tough and she figured needed a strong warrior name. Plus, she spent most of my pregnancy beating me up. Plus, we're Marvel fans, so that helped get it past Dad as well. Marvellous. And Cheryl says, OM gosh, my sweet hubby has just bought me the Showstopper. Boom! What's his name, Cheryl? We'll give him a shout out. That is what we like. Partners who buy you the goodies. If you want the Showstopper, about 50 of those remaining now, so go swiftly, friends. Let's get another demo in, because that's what we're here for. What you're going to be showing us next, Debbie?
I'm going to use the embossing folder, because I didn't use it in this morning at all, so I'm going to, well, I did, but not to the full potential. So I've taken a piece of Nina cardstock. This is a 4x6 embossing folder. It is only a 2D, which we call a regular embossing folder. So whenever you are running this through, whether you've got your original Geminis, your mini or MIDI, or your junior, or maybe you've got the new one.
Oh, yeah.
The sexy, nexy new one. I love that one. It's just gorgeous. I love the colour. You just need to remember the platform combination for a regular embossing folder is 2 clear cutting plates, or in the case of the new machine, are they now white or grey? I want to call it grey, but the 2 ones that are opaque rather than see-through,
right.
And that would be a combination. The only difference that I do is I bring in my metal shim, because I like to give it that extra little bit of an oomph in terms of embossing, so I add the extra one into there, and it's the only time that I pop that in with a regular. I don't use the plastic shim, I don't use the rubber embossing mat, we don't need those shims. I've just used the metal one and sandwich that in there, and that just gives me that extra little bit of emboss detail onto my folder. So when you've got that out now again on white it's very difficult to see, so I'll try and angle it so that you can see that embossed detail. Let's see, tell me when you've got it, George, because I can't see from there. There you go. Now, what I'm going to do, and the reason I wanted the extra little bit of oomph is because I'm going to use, to colour with, I'm going to use some of the tri-blends, and I've got a mixture of tri-blend brushes and tri-blends as well. So I'm going to take these, and I'm now going to use this to create a bit of colour. I think I'll start with let's start with the purple blend.
Okay.
I always tend to have a little scrap piece just at the side of me. Let me just grab a little bit of scrap piece, because I want to see my colours. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that one first. Yeah. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to take the embossing detail and I'm going to use my pens to go over the top. And you just use it as a guide. So you can't really fail with this. And it's really nice. And it looks lovely with pencils as well as pens, but it just gives it a really lovely, different look.
Yeah.
Than using inks. Of course you can use your inks if you want to, but personally myself, I'm going to go in with my tri-blends.
But like you say, colouring over the emboss is almost like colouring when you've got lines to colour in, isn't it? It's that kind of thing, isn't it?
It is,
makes it really easy.
Yeah, absolutely. And as with all our alcohol pens, I tend to do a petal at a time, but I'm trying to do this in a bit of a speedier, because I've got so many more demonstrations to do, so I'm trying to speed it up slightly. So I'm going to go in with that mid-tone over the top there to blend and get that blend that you can still do with an embossing folder. You can still achieve these looks. And again, just going over, and then going to go back in with the lighter colour. Again, just to get that little bit of a seamless blend. And I'll continue that. Probably do it with this flower, but I'll show you the one that I've completed. But again, just going in and using the art line work, yeah, of the embossing to colour. And like I said, you're not going to worry too much either. If you've just got that slightly bit over, it doesn't matter, because it looks incredible when it's done. And it's worth doing this. And again, it's that mindfulness that you get with colouring, but just with an embossing folder.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm going to stop talking though, because I get a little bit, I find it difficult to talk and colour at the same time.
That's all right.
Which is bizarre, but I do. It's probably the only time I shut up.
I think so many of you say that though. You go into a bit of a colouring coma, don't you, when you're colouring? I can say a few of those. Denise just says a dachshund. Doxy is a dachshund. And Anne Clark says a doxy is a breed of dachshund. Cheryl saying her husband who bought the collection, his name is Dee. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dee.
Aww.
Good man, Dee. And Terry Anderson says, my golden is Bailey too. I know you got a Bailey. Obviously, when I said hello to Bailey, apparently she perked up when you called her name, looked at me, then you, and then went back to sleep.
Aww.
Super cute. Yeah, any more shout outs today? Dogs, cats, kids, you name it, we'll do it. We've got a house full of dogs at the minute because we've got R2, Mac and Molly, the border collies, and then we've got a Sprocker called Meg who we're looking after, and a chocolate Labrador called Max. There's no room to move in our household currently.
Oh, how cute!
Yeah, 4 dogs, and our house, Debbie, as you will know, is not the biggest house in the world.
Yeah, I would imagine it's quite full actually. Yeah.
It's a little bit tight. Yeah, staying over. Yeah, yes, proper
Having a sleepover.
Doggy sleepover.
Oh,
yeah.
God love it.
My wife's business. We're not just randomly like taking people's dogs and having them stay over our house. Oh dear, all in the kitchen and the utility.
Oh, how gorgeous.
It's been nice to come into work today.
Oh.
Just going to be full on with 2 dogs is
and the kids?
Oh, and the kids are there as well.
And the kids, yeah.
Yeah, no doubt they're being really, really helpful.
Is that a no or yes? Would they be helpful? No. No. I love how you say it. As it is, Ben. As it is.
As it is. That was sarcasm.
I'm pretty sure your kids are super, super helpful.
They're all right. They're good kids.
They are good kids.
Yeah.
You're very lucky with those 2. You are.
Yeah. Josie Mitchell says, my Lhasa Teddy has just started barking as Ben was saying hi to the 2 doggies. Hello, Teddy. Teddy! Don't worry, I won't say the W word.
Don't.
I know I won't.
Don't.
I know what can happen.
You'll be in trouble.
Big trouble.
You'll be in trouble.
Big
in a lot
trouble.
of trouble. So no, you're not going to say that word, are you? No.
And Paw Print times 4 says, a shout out to my little Manchester Terrier, Oscar, who's at Oscar. Hello, Oscar.
Oh.
Oscar's at the vet being fixed.
Oh, poor Oscar. Oh dear.
Ooh.
Poor little thing.
Poor little Oscar.
Oh.
Poor little Oscar.
Sorry, Ben. I'm supposed to be talking to you.
No,
I'm
you're fine.
really sorry, but I just get lost in me colouring.
Emma's just said, my son is called Bailey. Can you whistle him too, please, Ben? Hello, Bailey.
Oh, you little devil. You'll be disturbing those doggies' sleeps. You will. Now, I can't colour all of this in the time that I've got, so you would just continue to colour, and then you can do a little bit of inking around the outside as well. So I used a couple of different colours with this, and I'll just quickly show you what I mean by that.
What's the card you've used, by the way, Kathy's
Nina
asking?
cardstock,
Nina.
because I was using my alcohol pen, so I wanted a really nice feature. So again, and I've mixed these 2 up. So I've taken the plum jam and the crushed velvet, and just to create a little bit of two-tone effect with the 2 colours in the background, just to give it that little definition and soften it. Because when you colour it all in, Ben, once you have spent a bit of time doing it, and it's honestly, believe you me, it's well worth it, because the look it achieves. And the only difference around here is that I used me colours in a different way. So I've used the colour that I use at the top just down here.
Yeah.
And then the others, and again, I've dropped a little bit down, but it don't matter. It adds to the effect. I've added a couple of little extra spots there. By mistake, shall we say. But yeah, just take that, your ink pad, and just go around the outside to create that extra little bit of definition going around there, and it softens that Nina cardstock as well. So that's the plum jam that I've used. Doesn't matter if it's going over the colouring either, because it just gives it that little bit of a lift. So I'm going to come in with a little bit more, because I quite like it deeper is the word I'm looking for. And then again with the other colour, with the crushed velvet, you can go in there. Of course you could colour as well with it as well, but honestly it's so worth doing. Whether you use your Tri Blends or your Tri Blush pens, it's entirely up to you how you do it, but it creates a lovely little look. That's the textured cardstock. Now, I said it was 4 by 6, but I actually cut my cardstock down to size. So I go down to 3 3/4 by 5 3/4.
Yeah.
That's the 6 by 4, so it sits onto there perfectly. And I am going to use, that's natural and normal when you've used an alcohol pen round the back. It will look like that at all times, no matter what alcohol. Whoopsie daisy. That was me being heavy-handed with my cardstock. Do as I say, not as I do. And then just give it that little bit of a flick. And you've got your beautiful background piece. God, I've got inky fingers now. I've got it all over my cardstock. Just adds to the effect.
I
doesn't
think it does add to the effect. Lots of love for this coming in. Lindsay saying OMG, beautiful
it's so
Debbie,
worth
gorgeous.
doing it. I know it's a bit of time consuming, but look at the effect. Imagine that being in pencils. And again, thinking about your light sources, light coming down where it would hit in terms of your depth and dimension. You know, if you've been following Academy of Colour, you'll know how easy to achieve that look. But just take your time with it, have a bit of fun and create some really nice pieces onto there. Now, I've got myself a card base, and before I ruin this one, I'm just going to clean this up because that's my problem. I've got a little bit of ink that's transferred from my glass mats onto my cardstock, onto my fingers. And again, I'm just going to move that because I want to now bring in, and I've gone with the same kind of colour tones. And as always, whenever I do any of my colouring mediums, I choose my paper first. And then I look at the colour and I think what colours would really emphasise, which is why I chose purples and a bit of pink, because there's a bit of both in there. So it complements each other. This card base measures in at 6 by 7.5. And I've just gone a little bit in again, 1/4 inch to give it that framing. Again, I wouldn't use or waste the whole of that sheet. I would do a little bit of the hollowing effect. But I did these a couple of weeks ago, so they'll be not earning any brownie points because I'm wasting my cardstock there. But you can do that to get longevity out of your linen cardstock. Although, to be fair, did you say there were 24 sheets in there, Ben?
In the linen
cardstock.
28 sheets.
28?
Which is what I want to say, it's one of the biggest ones that we've done.
Yeah, a bit upgraded there, yeah.
Yeah, it's normally 20 or 24.
Yeah, it is normally around that, yeah. Yeah. So that's just my mats and my layers, and then I'm going to lift that off a little bit with a couple of foam pads. So I'm going to bring in a little foam pad or two. Are these my ones that I got from earlier? My super hot ones that have been melting away at the side of my craft room.
Yeah.
I bet they are. We'll soon see. We'll soon see. Yeah.
Hannah's just asking, was it water reactive or opaque pigment you used for the outside blending? Because it's gorgeous.
You can use either.
Yeah.
So what I use water reactive on this occasion, but you can use opaque pigment. You'll get a softer look with the opaque pigment. But it doesn't dry instantly, so you've got time to blend. So do you know, by using the two colours together, you can get that with your opaque pigment ink as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, with it being a wetter ink, it stays stickier or wetter for longer, and it does mean that you can do your heat emboss techniques with it. So in terms of matching your sentiments, you could absolutely do that and soften that around the edge. But I'm going to put that. I'm going to do it this. No, I'm going to do it.
It's almost photographic, that, Debbie.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. And I'm going to drop it down a little
Incredible.
bit to the side down here, rather than being its central piece, because I'm going to bring in my sentiments. Stop and smell the flowers, because everyone should stop and smell the flowers. And do you know what? On this occasion, I am not adding any gems. Surprise, surprise. I'm not adding any. Oh, Debbie, hang on a minute. Oh gosh. That's because I didn't put my little foam pad underneath. Let me add another foam pad underneath there to lift that up, because I forgot I put that on a foam pad. So let's see if I can get that in. And then it'll even it up a little bit. That's better.
Perfect.
And then there you go. So adding that on. I'm not going to add anything to it. I don't think it needs it. I think the papers speak for itself, the embossing folder speaks for itself, and it doesn't need anything adding. Although I do think I've got that on slightly wonky. So I'm going to just rearrange that just for a second, Ben. There you go.
That is a beaut. I think potentially, that might be my favourite of the day.
Ooh!
So far. Gone big. But you get to vote for it in, look at the time, in about half an hour's time. We'll do the vote for the demo of the show. That could go in a frame, says Michelle. Spectacular, says Denise. You are an inspiration to us. Carrie says that looks gorgeous. Debbie, that is absolutely gorgeous, says Betsy Black. I cannot wait to play with that embossing folder. We'll have a look through this collection. Jen just saying, did Ben ever say where he got the fabulous food fake paper pad for April Fool's Day? Don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're... Fake what? Fake pad? I don't know what you're talking about. That was funny, that, wasn't it? That was funny. I did call it, though, when we did that video. I said that you guys would actually want that paper pad.
I want that paper pad.
It's not in circulation, but I did say, it's funny April Fool's, but guarantee everyone will want that paper pad. Apologies. The Showstopper deal then, $79.22 platinum, $96.02 if you're shopping in the US. It is free shipping on this Showstopper. There are less than 50 opportunities left for you to grab this. It is time, as Bucks Fizz would tell you, to make your mind up as to whether or not you want to grab this. I'm sure you do. If you've been waiting, do it now, because this is disappearing. And make sure you don't not only get the Showstopper, but you add more of this beautiful paper pad in as well. Quite simply, a work of art. All of the beautiful designs that you're getting in here, you're getting 3 sheets of each, double-sided of course as well. So not only have you got that beautiful A side with all of those different gorgeous wildflowers in the foreground, in the midground, in the background, but then you've got the kind of slightly more sort of muted patternage on the reverse. All of that, though, works absolutely beautifully with what you've got on the front of each of those great designs. 36 double-sided sheets. You're also going to get that in the 6x6 form as well. Then on top of that, you will receive your linen card pack. Biggest one that we've done as far as I'm aware. You're getting 28 sheets this time. You're getting 7 sheets of 4 sheets of 7 different colours, and of course it's not like we've just randomly thrown in lots of different colours that won't work. Can you see, just picking out some of the colours on the front of the paper pad here, they work beautifully with all the colours that you've got in that linen cardstock. Might be worth buying more of this, buying more of that as far as your individuals are concerned. Then on top of that, in the consumables line, we've got your brown paper. So that's included. You're getting 50 sheets of that in there as well, allowing you to make those lovely wraparounds. And if you're wondering, oh, how do I make that wraparound? There's a stencil for that included amongst all of the dies that you're going to receive in this collection as well. So those are all your wildflower dies to build up those bouquets, to build up those beautiful scenes. Multi-cut these, create your own beautiful woodland carpet of wildflowers, and then you've got that stencil there as well to wrap those up in that beautiful, beautiful brown paper. Then all of the other dies you're going to receive. That Wildflower Wreath die, I mean, great just to cut straight into your cardstock, create your apertures and shakers, beautiful box lids with. You've got the outer die as well if you want to cut that as a separate entity. You've got your meadow flower, which is that lovely, absolutely beautiful edgeable die. Again, plenty of opportunity there to colour, to paper piece, and on top of that, you've got 2 more items, not only all of these sentiments, specific to your flowers, of course, as well. So you've got bloom where you were planted, where flowers bloom, so does hope, loads in there. You've got a wonderful embossing folder as well. Again, so quick and easy to work with these. Simply send it through your machine, add a splash of colour, and you've got a really, really lovely card. Talking of a splash of colour, if you do go for the Showstopper, the additional items that you're going to get for an extra £19 or $20 are your pens. These glue pens, again, really, really handy. Worth £9.99 on their own, but you're getting the 4mm chisel nib, your 0.7mm ballpoint nib, and then your 3mm bullet nib. Then you're going to get the blending tool, the square blending tool, that's included, and then 5 of our ink pads. You're getting 1 of our water active ink pads in the Grasshopper, and the rest are the Harmony opaque ink pads. So you've got the Grasshopper, baby blue, all colours that will work with the colour palette you've got in this set. You've got Sandstorm, you've got Pale Fig, and then in the water active Grasshopper, so you've got that twice over. So $79.22 platinum at $96.02, less than 50 of those to go round. And it is free shipping on that to the US on the Showstopper. If you just want to go for the bundle on its own, you can, but it's the Showstopper that is going to sell out, so get in quickly. Talking of sellouts, we're getting very, very close on the Hoppy Easter collection. This was supposed to last until Easter, limited stock. There's green on the screen, which means...
It soon won't be seen!
Thank you, voiceover lady. I'll quickly show you this because it is going to disappear. We have sold sold hundreds of these. Why? Well, because Easter's this coming weekend, so people are getting prepped ready, wanting to do some Easter crafts with the kids and grandkids. Also, it's Violet Studios, and it is the biggest bunny bumper Easter kit you'll ever want to grab. The value is insane. And if you're looking at that and thinking, well, £12.80, $19.20, that's really good for a 30 sheet paper pad. No. You're not just getting the paper pad within that. You're getting a 12 by 12 paper pad, yes. You're also getting that in 6 by 6. All of those different designs. You've got some 6 by 6 snippage in there as well, so you can even snip those down for your smaller cards. You've got papers in there that aren't just Easter themed, so a paper pad that you can use year round. But on top of that, you've got that in 12 by 12, 6 by 6, all of your cards and envelopes in there as well. 3 different designs of card blank, well, not card blank because they've got designs on them, but 3 different designs of cards with your 10 envelopes. You're getting toppers in here as well. Included in that, there are 28 different toppers, lots of Easter theme, but as you can see, you've got some little floral arrangements in there as well. Again, use those year round. You've got 100 of your stickers. Those ones all circular, perfect for kind of sealing up your envelopes, perfect for little Easter egg hunts and decorations for the kids. You've got your sentiment stickers in there as well. There's 36 of those. We'll give you 360 of those adhesive gems thrown in there. There's that 6 by 6 paper pad that I was talking about. That's also in there. You've got beautiful pegs, also in the colour palette of this set. You've got ribbons, 5 1 metre lengths of ribbon, only one of which is Easter skewed, so you can use the rest of those in lots of other of your projects. You're going to get Easter bows in there as well. There's 30 of those. We're going to give you little tags in there which have got loads of lovely sentiments on. You want pom-poms? I'll give you pom-poms. You can have your pom-pom trim. There's a metre there, and then I'll also throw into the mix 36 individual pom-poms. And last but by no means least, you have got your little adhesive letters. There's 106 of those included in there. All the letters of the alphabet multiple times over. You peel off the backing, stick them to your project, and then you are done. I will be totally honest with you here. We have less than 10. £12.80, $19.20. Get this checked out. It might be a little extra that you might pop into your basket alongside your brand new Wildflowers collection, but less than 10 of those to go around. The Showstopper, we've got less than 50 and counting. We are very busy right across the board. We'll give you time to check out right now, and when we come back, more inspiration from this brand new launch.
Many of our viewers bring up time and time again, and that's our wax seal gate. Thinking, Joe, it might not work as well because I've put too much. Oh, I've forgotten to put me thing in place.
Because I have a way of words that I think that doesn't engage with that and can come out all wrong. Water.
That wasn't the one you just washed your brush in, was it?
Sorry, yes, but it doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't, was it? It was. Are you kidding?
I'm going to have to say, it's a slip of the tongue. I'm going to say it's maybe to do with my Scottish accent. I'm maybe going to say it's because of Mr. Ben Moseby. He is, well, yeah, he doesn't help matters.
I've made pots that have exploded when I fired them. I've done zips in inside out. It happens to everybody.
We've all spilt our glitter all over our project or knocked the water over.
You're right.
I've just noticed I've got my dress on inside out.
So I was messing about doing some backgrounds with the sparkling, took the lid off it and managed to catch the pot somehow, and the whole thing came towards me, down my front, across my lap, onto the floor.
I went to reach for the water and, you know, do the tapping with the and so there was less tapping and more sort of a tsunami. I've got some... What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
A massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. Lots of people checking out. We have got less than 40 of the Showstopper remaining, so you've got to be quick. It's going to go. It's going to go. Whether it be the end of the show or whether it be just after the end of the show, it will disappear. Just quickly for Kayak Picnic, so can we just have a look at the 6x6 paper pad as well, so we can see the scale? I'll show you. Hang on. Do you want to see the two? Oh, hang on a minute. This is going to go wrong. Well, don't, George. Because I'm trying to, just look at this a second. You don't need to see me doing this, do you not? Just there we go. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Are you trying to do a balancing act with your leg?
Yeah, see, I've been professional by holding that there, pulling this out so I didn't knock all of that over, so you wouldn't even know. So you could happily look at that whilst I'm doing that, and then, oh dear, talk about making me look like a fool. Well, I don't need any help doing that, do I not? There's your 6x6. There is your 12x12, and if I just show you, I'm not going to flick through them all, but you can see.
Scale to size.
Yeah, scale to size. So it's not like we're cutting out like a random corner. It's exactly the same design, just shrunken, which I think is brilliant, because no word of a lie, some other companies, you get a 6x6 paper pad, and it is literally like a corner, isn't it? Mm. Yeah. So yeah, you get exactly the same. Hang on, I'll just show you. Let me just find again. 1 second, please, caller. Hold the line. There you go. And again, just to show you, is that the same one? Yeah. Is it?
No.
No. Oh. This is, hang on, wait there.
Wait, do it back end.
I know I am.
Do it back end, it's easy, quick.
Yeah, quick, there you go.
There you go. Oh, there you are. Scale to size.
Scale to size. There you go, Kayak Picnic. That was just for you. You can as well get that still individually. Hundreds have sold out. You can get the 6x6 individually as well. That has been flying out the door. And of course, you can still get your linen cardstock individually as well. Right, I think we are ready for another demo. Hi to Carletta, who's joined us from Arkansas. Mary Patson from Montana. And Mary Rena says, I totally love this collection. It is so lovely. Let us know your favourite wildflowers in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know your favourite part of the collection as well. So much love coming through for this. Glossy highlights in the centre of the flowers would look absolutely great as well, says Diane Schofield. Lots of other things you can get from us which will enhance this collection even more, but this is what you need to jump in for. Less than 40 now of the Showstopper, but let's get another demo in. I think we've got time.
Oh, got time for another two. Oh, got loads of time. Loads of time. I'm going to use the edge bowl. I didn't tease you this morning that I was going to show you how to do a bit of paper piecing as well for those who've never tried it before, but I'm going to use the edge bowl die. I just love this. Again, it's a really nice big piece. You're talking 6 inches in total. So my card base itself is actually just shy of 6. It's 5 3/4 inches, and I'm going to line that up from the top to the bottom down the edge of that cardstock. So I'm going to bring in some low tack tape and hold that down. Now you saw me this morning, I did a twisted easel this morning, but this time I'm going to just do it as the edgeable of the card, and I'm going to pop it onto my plate. It is a thin metal die, so it's the normal combination of your shims of plastic and magnetic and the other cutting plate onto the top. If you want to hold it down with the magnetic side, you absolutely can. I'm just going to feed that through. Now, because I've only used a fraction of the plate, I am going to bring it back as well. So I'm going to just rewind that piece through, because you heard that change. You can hear that change when it dips. And that just means that I don't have to go all the way through with this because it will have taken that out.
Yeah.
So if I just remove that piece now and my low-tack tape, let's take that way. Is Craig next door? I keep hearing him. I keep thinking, I'm sure I can hear Craig in the building.
What's he doing next door?
What is he doing? Is he doing some secret filming again?
Secret filming?
He's always doing secret filming, that boy he is. I thought I could hear him.
I saw him earlier on and he's all very smartly dressed, isn't he, today? So
I've not had a chance to catch up with him yet because he's been so busy. But yes.
He's brought a new... Is it a new fashion he's rocking, or is
It's a new fashion of a... it's on trend, a hoodie with a suit jacket.
Is it actually on trend?
Yes, on trend, yes. Yeah. It's very on trend at the moment, is our Craig, yes.
Hoodie with jacket?
Does he what?
Hoodie with jacket is the new trend, is it?
Yep, absolutely. Looks super smart as well. Absolutely super smart. I can see your brain ticking over there, Ben. You're thinking hoodie, jackets... Yeah.
I might do it tomorrow. Although I haven't said that, I might get a bit too warm with the hoodie and the jacket.
I think you've been taking on my my hot flushes because you've been a little bit on the hot side, haven't you, Ben, today?
No, I've been cold today.
Well, you are hot now because I can see your face is flushed.
Yeah.
So because he's got the heater on. He's got the heater on over there.
Yeah, 25 degrees over here now.
I know. I can feel it starting to come this way. I can. Right, I've got a bit of acetate, I've got a little bit of red liner tape because I'm just going to attach that to the base of the inside card because you can see that lovely decorated. So I'm just going to line that up just to this end. Red liner tape on this side, fold that down, and that's now attached.
Nice.
So I've got a base now for all my paper piecing bits. Now this is when you're going to run your die through again. If you've got hold and release sheets, this will make it a bit easier. I didn't use old release sheet because I know we haven't got any, but I used the waste dies and ran them through onto my Xyron. So I've got my Xyron all ready, and I did it with other pieces. Now when I say other pieces, I use red, I use the pink, and then because there weren't a yellow one that matched in there, I did a scrap piece of cardstock and just ran one of my alcohol inks over the top to create my inner piece. It is literally the waste pieces, so you can see there, these are the waste pieces. And all you've got to do is pop them on. Now, because they are already run through the Xyron is a sticky, it's like a sticky sticker machine, shall we call it? And it means that you've got the adhesive just on the one side and popping that on. Now, if you've got your hold and release sheets, then this bit is the easy bit because you will already have them, peel them back, and then it leaves all the bits that you need to pop into your die pieces. Let's just go in. Debbie, get it the right way around, girl. There we go. And then I'm just going to make sure that all of those are popped into there. And it literally is a lovely technique. It's very therapeutic as well. It's a nice, I say nice and easy, but it is. It's nice and easy to achieve this kind of look. I like this one. It looks like a little fish.
Like a little what?
It looks like a little fish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. And then we're just going to pop all those with. Now, if you're good with tweezers, you could do tweezers at this stage. I'm rubbish with tweezers. They're fabulous. They're fabulous to have in your crafty stash, but I'm not very good with tweezers, so I use my poker tool a lot of the time. And then just fitted those in. Oops, not stuck to your finger, Debbie.
Terry just says, what a brilliant idea. Love the edgeable in this collection, says Laurel.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Sandra says, Ben, the whole collection is beautiful, but my absolute favourite is the paper pad, which is to die for. Tess says, Ben, was Craig yawning from WrestleMania again last night?
Has he been watching his WrestleMania?
Except up till 3. I was actually quite chipper this morning when I saw him. He did have his makeup on before I got here, so that probably helped with his overall
He's been here all day
appearance.
as well, hasn't he? God love him.
He's been here, he's been here since this morning.
Well, he was here before me.
Was he?
Yeah.
I want to say him and I arrived, was he here at 9, was he? Oh, I got about 10 to 10. But yeah, he's been up most of the weekend watching WrestleMania, which I know he would have told you all about yesterday. He loves his wrestling, doesn't he? Bless him. We having
He
a bit of a chin wag
absolutely
about all
does.
of
He
that.
adores it.
Yeah.
I think he's going to London soon as well, isn't he, for watching?
He's got 2 big events he's watching, I think, soon. Isn't he watching a SmackDown, and then he's watching Money in the Bank, I think, in London?
Wow.
He's all over it. I like a bit of wrestling, but he sort of takes it to another level, I think, doesn't he? With his love of wrestling. One day, I think, probably be his dream, wouldn't it, to get over to the US and watch a live WrestleMania?
Yeah, someone needs to invite him.
Someone, yeah.
Yeah, someone needs to invite him
over.
Absolutely, absolutely.
He sent me and Johnny a little message, didn't he, Johnny? Saying, oh, look, there's still tickets available for WrestleMania. $300 each if you want to go. We're like, oh, all right, yeah, maybe. Looked at the flights. £1,900, wasn't it?
What?
For a single.
What?
Yeah, to go from Heathrow to fly to... Was it Florida? It's Florida, wasn't it? California.
Good God.
Yeah, so nearly $4,000 on flights.
Good God.
No wonder I'm not going on holiday this year.
I would imagine that the both of your missuses would have said absolutely not. Now, Craig doesn't have anyone to answer to, so it's okay. But yeah, oh my God, can you imagine? Can you see how it's coming together?
Beautiful.
And it really is, honestly, it's just well worth taking that time. I've still got a little bit more there that I can fill in, so I'll just continue to do that, Ben. I mean, I'm not sure if there's any more comments there, but...
Oh, yeah, well, we can always chat, can't we, you know? There's lots of lovely comments coming through from Nadia, who's loving the collection. Sharon's loving the collection. Mary Pat's joined us from sunny Montana. Terry's with us. Laurel's with us, loving the Edgeable in the collection. It's a really lovely collection. If you want the Showstopper, I would urge you to get it now, because we are heading down to about 30 of these remaining now. And you're going to get your free shipping as well in the US, which I think is always quite handy. I just thought as well that the Hoppy Easter collection, mine hasn't arrived. I ordered the Hoppy Easter collection.
Did you order it?
Yeah, to do some crafting with Daisy this week.
Aww.
But just thinking it's not arrived. I must message Laura, see if it's actually arrived yet. Do some crafting with my new Gemini MIDI.
Oh, get you.
Did you see it?
I did. It's absolutely blooming beautiful.
Simplicity without the electricity.
Devil, you. That's all I'm going to say. You absolute jammy devil.
Just goes to show that if you say things to Leanne like you did with your pokey tool, dreams can come true.
Yeah, they absolutely can. Now you can see how beautiful that looks, and it really does. So what I'm going to do with that now is bring in some, and I'll say some of the cardstock, but I've already cut to size. And this time did do a little bit of gutting because I wanted to use it with my paper piecing. So I've taken that out so that I were able to do that. Getting it gorgeous, this paper. Honest to God, it's divine. Those of you who already got it from HSN, the paper pads are available for you to purchase separately if you want to. If you don't want to buy that collection again, you absolutely can do. And stock up on your paper pads. And your linen cardstock as well, because the linen cardstock matches beautifully alongside.
Well, you can see, look at that. Stunning, isn't it?
And it really does. So again, choosing colours. Yeah. I saw the purple, so I thought that kind of matched. I saw the yellow, and then I saw the red. And that's why, when you look at it, that's how I look at things all the time, is how can I match that up? And then I've taken one of the lovely sentiments, and again, using my nesting dies. I chose one of my lovely nesting dies, and then just coloured in with that flower. If friends were flowers, I would pick you, or I'd pick you, because I would do. And just drop that just down into there. Let me just do it by eye again. I need to lift it up. There we go. Just make sure I've got that where I want it to. And there you go. Nice, simple, easy card. You don't have to go OTT with it. The die does all the speaking for you. And you've got that lovely sentiment in there as well.
Amazing. I love that. 79.22 for the Showstopper. 96.02 if you're shopping in the US and you're a platinum member, and free shipping, of course, as well. Lynn says, Ben, the Isle of Wight is a wonderful holiday destination. Yeah, never stepped foot on the Isle of Wight. Maybe I might have a look. I bet it's expensive, though, isn't it? Kind of. Oh, George once went on a school trip to the Isle of Wight, apparently. They had a very good time. That's good to know. There you go. Thank you, George. And Cheryl says, okay, it's official. I'm cracking up. Lol. I was cleaning up a little kitten mess when I realised I was singing the Foam on a Roll song. Gets to everyone eventually, Cheryl. Gets to everyone. Christine Mahoney says that last project, gorgeous. You can get voting for your favourite very shortly. But before we do that, we've got one more demo to squeeze in. And let me show you some other deals that you might want to pop into your basket, like our heat-resistant acetate. So this is a 3-pack collection. It's actually going to be that you get 36 sheets in total there for just £6.38 platinum, $9.58, and actually works out on a buy two get one free deal. So again, always worth stocking up on that when we do those deals. Also, this is a nice little idea to get into your basket as well for all of your blending. Good to have your blending tools with the refills this time as well. So you actually get your 3-piece set, as it were, with the tool. So you get the tool and 2 pads, and then we give you 10 extra refills with that collection as well. So it's £5.20, $6.40. Nice to have a different refill for all of the different ink colours that you've got within your collection. So again, if you need to stock up, that is a brilliant way to be able to do it. Stamping. If stamping is a problem, it needn't be when you are shopping with us, because we have so many great tools to help you out. One of those, or 2 of those indeed, being the rocker blocks here. You're getting the 2 packs. So those are the 2 bigger rocker blocks, where it is just that motion of heel to toe stamping to get a really crisp, clean image each and every time that you stamp. We're popping in there some of our Nina cardstock as well, and on top of that you're getting one of the alcohol-proof ink pads, which is in the Pebble. That's a great buy today. When you look at the platinum price, it's a 20% saving, less another 20%. So you're down to £12.78 if you're platinum, $18.38 if you are shopping in the US and you're a platinum member. And talk about stocking up on craft room essentials. Yes, you take pens, and you never want to be without these bad boys, and whenever we do a deal on them, then it's worth jumping in. You're getting 4 here, and you're only paying for 3. Yes, buy 3, get 1 free within that bundle. 22 metres, isn't it? 72 feet on each. So that is a lot of tape for your money. And as you can see, great buy today, not $15.96 or $27.96. You're under £10 if you're platinum, $9.58, $16.78 if you're shopping in the US and you're a platinum member. Diane Schofield just saying that last card is fabulous, Debbie. I absolutely love it. Lynn Morton saying absolutely beautiful as well. Last chance on the Showstopper, last demo coming your way as well. If you want to jump in and grab the Showstopper, please get it now. The paper pad, I mean, just worth the entrance fee alone. Stock up on these if you have bought the collection and you've not bought more of the paper pad. Get these whilst we have a big stock. We've sold hundreds of these today. Still a big stock available for you, but don't be fooled. Don't think, oh, well, I'll buy a couple now. I might need a few more in a few weeks to come. It's one of those that could sell out very, very quickly. And particularly when, you know, it's all right me showing you here on your screen, but then when you get this back home and you have it in your hands and you see it up close and personal, you'll then, I'm sure, decide to buy more. And who's to say that you do come back in a few weeks and we don't have any left? Get it now whilst you've got it available to you. That comes in 6x6 as well, as we've already shown you. And then you're also going to get your linen cardstock included in there too. 28 sheets, you're getting 7 different colours, 4 sheets of each. And as Debbie beautifully demonstrated just a few moments ago, for your mats and layers, for your cards, all of these colours work beautifully. You can just choose which one you want to use with which paper, you know, what particular colours of flowers you can pick out to match up with the different colours that you've got within your papers there. And again, you'll see them all over the place. It just makes it so much easier for you. If you're someone who struggles with mats and layers, this just makes it easy because we picked out the perfect papers to go with the collection. You get your stamps in here, of course, as well. All of those different sentiment stamps in there. You're going to get all of your papers in there too to be able to create your little wraparounds, your little bouquets. There's 50 sheets in there included. You've got that beautiful Wildflower Wreath die. You're going to get your embossing folder, which you've seen today in lots of different styles, but a beautiful way to create a quick, easy card. Then you've got your meadow flowers, that edgeable die, which I know lots of you have been chatting about over the course of the day today. And then here are all of those wild flowers and the stencil as well. If you wondered how Debbie's been creating that beautiful little wraparound for your flowers, there is that stencil there that you're going to use in conjunction with your papers. But look at all of the different dies that you're going to get here. There's 16 there, isn't there, I think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 you're going to be getting. lots of different wildflowers that you can create and create your own wildflowers. Think about, again, all of the colours you're going to get in this collection, all of the colours of cardstock and paper you've got at home. Think about all the colours that you've got in your ink pads and the different Spectrum Noir pens. You can have a real field day with this collection, but get it quick because the Showstopper will go. £79.22 or $96.02. The Showstopper, by the way, brings you also, in case you didn't know, your glue pens. You're getting 3 of those. You're getting your square blending tool. And then you're going to get all of your ink pads included as well. They are all opaque pigment, save that one there, that grasshopper, which you're getting in water reactive. And then in the opaque, you're getting your pale pig, you're getting your sandstorm, you're getting your baby blue, and you're getting the grasshopper once again. Debbie, loving your nails, says Lynette Lanham.
Aww.
As usual, Debbie has made it hard to pick a favourite, but I've saved the video, says Mary Beth Doyle. And Jen C says, I missed out on HSN. It's sold out. I was waiting for this. I've got the whole collection. Yes. 2 extra 12 by 12 pads. Yes. Low tack tape. Yes. And foam on a roll. And I got them free shipping. Yes. Free shipping on the Showstopper. That's not easy to say, but we've only got less than 40 of these now. Jen C says, love all your makes, Debbie. All are so beautiful and inspiring. And Lynn says, they call me the one-woman tourist board. Hashtag Isle of Wight. Right, one final demo, and then it will be vote time, and then it will be, I think you said it'll be go home time. It won't be go home time.
Nope.
It'll be finish the show time. So what can you do for the last demo, Debbie?
Yeah, I'm just going to use I'm going to do a very quick technique using the embossing folder again. So I've popped in a piece of all-purpose multi-card stock.
Yep.
All-purpose multi-card, that's what we call it now, don't we?
What? Multi-purpose card?
Thank you. I call it all-purpose.
Multi-purpose card? Yeah.
It's because I get my all-purpose glue mixed up with my multi-purpose card stock. Right, just popping that into there. I am going to, again, add my metal shim just onto the top to give it the extra little bit of extra emboss. Don't substitute it with your rubber embossing mat. Don't substitute it with your plastic shim. You don't need that. It's just I needed that, and the metal shim is thinner than those two, so it's definitely worth just doing this to get the extra little piece of extra bit of oomph again. I'm going to go back to the pink tulip and the plum jam, and I'm going to come in, and again I'm just going to mix the two between there. So I'm going to come in with the pink tulip first and touch around. Let's go in and just touch around the outside. I am using my square one as well because you can get quite a nice coverage with a square. You've got more, what's the surface area? Yes. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it, isn't it? And I'm just going to pop a little bit of cardstock. Tissue. Oh dear Lord. Just around the edge, and I'm going to mix between the two as well to create a little bit of extra depth. You can already start to see the embossed detail, and especially on that raised element where it goes that little bit darker. And I am going to, like I said, do a very nice, easy, quick demonstration, although I do have a little bit already pre-done because, as you've noted, throughout the day up to now, I've been making myself lots of flowers. Yeah. So I've already got some pre-done, which is always handy to have, isn't it?
Absolutely,
always handy
especially when you're running out of time.
It's
flown by today, isn't it?
It's flown by, absolutely. It's completely flown by. I can't believe how fast the day is already going. Now that's the pink tulip, and I'm just going to add a little bit of depth by taking in the plum jam. And I think those two really complement each other, and going around the outside. And again, it just frames it that little bit more. Although I think I'm going to slice a little bit off just there. Although, to be fair, now I'll get away with it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So again, it just frames it that little bit more. It draws your eye in, the darker, you know, with the darker tones. Although you could go in over that raised element again and just touch around the those flowers if you wanted to do, or take your if you've got the finger daubers, you could use finger daubers. I have heard a rumour. Have you heard a rumour?
I know something you don't know. Doo-da, doo-da.
Oh,
I know
yes, I do know. Doo-da, doo-da. You think I don't know, but I do know, I do know.
Do you know what we know that I know that I didn't think Debbie knows? We know something. Well, you might know that something, Johnny, that I know that I didn't think Debbie knows that I knew that Debbie says that she does now know about the old...
Yep.
No, it's not tomorrow.
No, it's not
It's
tomorrow.
soon, though.
Soon.
I'll
Keep your
tell
eyes
you,
peeled.
it's before the end of the month.
Yes. Yes.
They're
Stay
back.
tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Yes.
You know, you talk about the dotty tape pens being out of stock for ages. Those finger
Oh my
daubers.
days. And let me tell you, keep your eyes peeled.
I just said what it was.
Did you say what it was?
Well, I did do that, and that.
Oh dear Lord, you bad lad. You'll be in trouble. I'm not in trouble because I didn't say anything.
They're not. They're coming back in.
Shh.
I won't tell you the date though.
Shh. But I'll tell you
I know the
something.
date.
I'll tell you something. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. I'm just splashing a bit of water over here while you two are getting into trouble. What I would just say is keep your eyes peeled because they ain't going to hang around for much longer. That's all I'm going to say. Right. Bit of water on there because it is water reactive ink. You can get this with your other inks as well. Just go over the top to do a little bit of what we call faux bleaching, and it gives it a nice little extra texture as well. You could then take gilding wax or gilding flakes over the top, but I'm really happy with that, so I'm just going to mount that onto. This is when I need to trim it down, Debbie, because you didn't trim it down, girl. You didn't trim it down. Let's come in and do a little bit of extra trimming just while I've got a bit of time. And again, I tend to do it beforehand, not after, because I'm going to have to go back in with a bit of ink now. But not to worry, not to worry. There we go. Let me just make sure I've trimmed enough off. Trim a little bit more, Debbie. Trim a little bit more. Let's come down to that inch and then...
Mum for Boys says, I've been using vellum to emboss with. Would that work with this and then colour on?
With vellum? Yeah, you can do it with vellum, but you would probably use like a pencil, maybe to do the colouring. You can use your water reactive over the top, but it's got a coating to it. So, who said I've took too much off? What did he just say then?
John's winding you up in the gallery.
Is it is gorgeous John in the John?
You're not
is
hearing
gorgeous
him
John in the
chanting away?
gallery? He gets everywhere, that man. He gets... No, I didn't take too much off, John. Do you know? Start again. Likely.
Go on, get him, Debbie. Come in here and say that, John. Come on.
Come on, if you're there. Oh, now we've set him a challenge. Come on, if you're there, John. Come on. Give them what they want. Give them what they want. You can hear them screaming at screen now. Yay!
We want John. We want John.
I don't think I have. I think I've got that just right.
No, go over that side and say it. Not over here.
Yes,
go
look,
on.
I haven't trimmed too much off there. I'm absolutely fine. Come on.
No, you took too much off that.
Throwing some shade at me. Throwing some shade.
Go on, go and say it to your
Throwing
face.
some shade at me. Look.
Go on.
Look. Come here. Have I trimmed too much off there, John?
That's pretty.
Yes.
Hey, change
That's
this tune
what they're
now.
screaming at the screen now. It's pretty.
Get off.
I was going to chin him with an uppercut. What did they say? Can you hear Johnny? Chin him.
I couldn't imagine you chinning anyone, Debbie.
I've never chinned anyone in my life.
No.
Never chinned anyone.
Oh, dear.
Even in my barmaid years. No,
No?
I threw a couple of people out of a pub once because
dear.
the landlord left us to his own devices. So me and Becky, if you're watching, Becky Wood, she'll know the night in question where we did. They thought we were two dainty women. They've no idea we're from Barnsley. We're hard.
That's
We're
it.
hard
Don't
from
mess with the
Barnsley.
Barnsley
We're hard.
bombshell.
Yeah, that's exactly it. The hard Barnsley bombshell.
Yeah.
Don't mess with Debbie. Now, that's already done. Already looking pretty, as our John said. And then I'm coming in with a card base. I've done a bit of matting and layering. I wanted to extend it slightly, so I've used some of our matte black cardstock and some of our multi-purpose cardstock again. The actual base of the card is 6x8, so I've gone quite large with this one. And I'm just going to pop my glue just onto the back. And we're going to pop... I've got my little diamantes. I'm absolutely obsessed with... Debbie, that's the wrong way around because you want that at the bottom. You're not having an upside down card. Let's do it that way. There we go. I'm obsessed with... wait a minute.
You're right there.
It's all right. It's a tenfold, Debbie. It's a tenfold. I want that on the bottom.
You want that the other way round?
Oh, dear, no. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Just a quick one. Whilst we're sticking, Altia wants to know, what do you think of using gilding wax on the embossing folder, Debbie?
Oh, absolutely.
Nice idea.
A really good idea and one that I would definitely recommend doing. Now, I've taken our matte black cardstock and just a strip of card to go around the centre. And this is now going to sit at the background of my piece like this. So I'm just going to, and again, I've just measured it into that size. So that was a 6x8 base. The black cardstock is 5 3/4 by 7 3/4. So that's what I've taken this to at that same depth. And then I'm going to pop that over the top. It just gives it that little bit of a lift. And again, you could use your foam pads, but because of time, I am going to speed part this bit. So I'm going to pop that into the centre now, so it frames that really quite well. And let me just make sure I've got that by eye. Perfect. And then I'm going to use our sentiment again. This time I've left this colourless. I've not coloured it in, but I am going to use a foam pad for this, Ben.
Okay.
So I'm going to bring in my foam pads again. Couple just onto there. Now just be careful this time, Debbie, because you've got that raised already. So we'll just do it down the bottom piece. And then what I'm going to do is, I did say that I got quite a few flowers left over. So I thought what I'd do is I would stick this on the bottom, like so. And then just down here, I'm going to slip in a few of the flowers.
Oh, pretty.
So I'm just going to pop in a few of my flowers that I've already pre-coloured. And we'll just pop a couple of those. I'm not going to go OTT with these, but I'm just going to pop in just underneath, and then a couple of little dots of glue just onto the back, because I don't want to strip away from that beautiful embossing folder.
Yeah.
Let me have a little look. I think I might put me little. Yeah, we'll put you in there. Yeah, we'll have you in. Let's get that.
It's nice that you've got so many dies like this that you can just have as a focal point, or like you're doing here, just add as a little added extra.
A little added extra. Doesn't need to have too much, too much more in there. I might just pop in a little slither of the, what do we call them? Wild sprigs.
Wild sprigs.
That's the one we're going with, wild sprigs. Let's put a wild sprig at the background there and slip that underneath as well.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to add anything else, because yet again, I think that the embossing folder, there you go. The embossing folder speaks volumes, and just adding, and I did say, those flowers I know you were going to use for this purpose. That could have gone into one of those little parcel vases or parcel wraps. But I just think adding it in as a little embellishment just can set off your project. And that's just using the embossing folder with a couple of inks and the photo bleaching technique to create very quick, easy, but simple cards.
Wow, listen, we'll get Debbie to line up her projects and get you ready to vote, but I can now officially reveal that the Showstopper is now limited stock. There's green on the screen, which means
soon won't be seen.
Soon won't be seen. It's going to go.
Nearly.
Nearly. If you want to grab it, you need to grab it now, or certainly just as the show finishes, because that is going to go. Gorgeous card from Gorgeous Debbie, says Denise Stars. I would never have thought of that, Debbie. It's awesome, says Candy. And Laurel just saying, love the last minute add on the flowers behind the sentiment. And lots of John love coming in, as we anticipated. Should we get the vote going? It's going to be a quick one for the demo of the show. Debbie has got all of her cards and projects, and she will take us through them all. 4, is it, I think, or 5?
4, I think. 4, yeah. So number 1 is the first one that we started with, using that beauty. I love that centerpiece, I'm not going to lie. So that's number 1. Number 2 was the embossing folder colouring in technique. So that's number 2. Then number 3 was the edgeable with a bit of paper piecing. So that's number 3. And then number 4, we've just finished that off with another one of the embossing folders, but this time just using ink. So it's 4, 3, 2, or 1, you decide.
Whew, that's a toughie. You've got about 90 seconds to get your vote. Not long on this. Altia just saying, beautiful card, Debbie. I love that one. Gorgeous card again, Debbie. How can we choose just one? Well, you have to. You have to choose just one. And Lynn Morton says, Debbie, you just keep giving and giving. Thank you so much. Whilst waiting for that vote to come in, don't forget the Showstopper deal, free US shipping, limited stock. You've got to be quick. That will go. Monday Makers is on the way, of course, this evening. If we do, well, I think Debbie's got some more demos left, so whichever way, potentially, if the Showstopper's gone, we might show you some more as far as the standard bundle is concerned, but we'll see on that. But what I would say to you is get this, grab more of those paper pads, because we're very, very busy on the web right now. Talking about the web, don't forget the Easter deals. You'll find some very, very fetching photos of me and Craig in our finest Easter fancy dress. I got the part of the Easter Bunny. I don't know, Benny the Bunny, maybe. That's why they thought it would be a good idea to have me dressed as a bunny. Craig is dressed up as Tweety Pie. So yeah, check out those pics and the deals on the website. The Monday Makers coming your way from 6 o'clock this evening, 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. We have got some brilliant deals on your 3D embossing folders and nesting dies. Also, which you guys absolutely loved and not seen these for a few weeks, those simple creator card dies are back. The ones which they're labelled simple for the fact that they're simple to work with, but not simple for the fact that you make the card and you go, oh, that's simple. You make the card and you go, oh, that was a simple process. The cards look absolutely the bee's knees. We've got the Roaring 20s selection collection. That's coming up later on as well. A limited amount of those available, so if you missed out on the full bundle, then make sure you check out that later on. I know Debbie's got some fantastic demos lined up right throughout the show. We've also got on the show, if you love our Spectrum Noir products, Classiques, we've got a big bundle of our Classique pens with 100 bonus points. Plus we've got loads of ideas for you when it comes to stamping. We've got the gilding waxes on the show for you as well, the Pebeo gilding waxes, and also low-tack tape, intricate tools. It's all there. Best thing you can probably do is check out the website, hit the shop the day button, and then you'll see all of the deals within that, all the deals that we've had on this show, and indeed all the deals that we've coming up for you later on Monday Makers tonight from 6, 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Just whilst we're waiting for that vote to come through, just show you one more time everything that you're going to be getting. Oh, we've got it.
You love the colour. Yeah, well, I'm not surprised. It just shows you what you can do with your embossing folders, because 2 of my demos had the same embossing folder, but look at the difference. So that's the difference that you can create with your pieces. So number 2 was the actual winner, but it's showing you the kind of things that you can do, 2 different, completely different looks. But I'm not surprised, because it is beautiful when you take that time to do the colouring in and use your embossing folder to the full potential. It's very understated, but it should never be understated because of the amounts of different ways that you can emboss and then colour with gilding waxes, gilding flakes, water reactives, opaque pigments, and then of course your colouring mediums to emphasise and highlight that beautiful embossing detail. So thank you very much. I think that's a well-worthy demo of the show. I really do.
Yep.
I would say that. I would say that.
Well, you would say that because you made it.
Of course I would. I made it.
We will, of course, be back later on for your chance to vote on your favourite demo from the day, but this showstopper needs to be checked out as a matter of urgency. We are limited, so these will disappear. $79.22 platinum, $96.02 if you're shopping in the US and you're a platinum member. And we'll be back with Monday Makers. Hopefully, we will still have, I think it's going to go, but whatever way, we will still have the standard collection available. So hopefully show you some more demos on that, amongst all the other goodies that I've told you about just a few moments ago. Get to the checkouts, get shopping, have a brilliant rest of your... I'm signing off for the day. You've still got another show, Ben. I don't know. I don't know. Where am I going?
What are you like?
I'm staying here. Have a brilliant next 2 hours. That's what I'll say. We'll be back for Monday Makers in 2 hours' time. Until then, bye for now.